So Terry, before we break this down, I think the most interesting thing that I saw in the entire episode was how come Gus has a freaking chicken suit in his office? Like, we need to get like Walter or Jesse in that chicken suit. Did you see that at all?
Maybe we need to get Badger in it. He knows how to work the sign.
Forgot that Badger was a sign worker. Welcome back to the Almost Sideshow, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam, and I am joined, as always, with Terry here, and we break down Breaking Bad. And today we are breaking down Season 3, Episode 5, rightfully titled Moss. Really looking forward to diving into this episode here. And I will encourage you to guys leave your comments of this episode or what your favorite Breaking Bad things in the comments section. I forget to plug the comments section down on these YouTube videos quite a bit. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe there. And let's join the conversation of Breaking Bad. Terry, welcome back, man. I'm really excited to dive into this one with you. This is a cool episode.
There's some fun stuff happening in this episode. You've got some twists and turns. You've got some stuff that feels like it's finalizing. You've got some flashbacks, some throwbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You've got it all coming full circle by the end of it.
Yeah, it's.
I'm just bummed that the flashback at the beginning was while Badger was like in juvie or something, that because he like just got out when we first met him, so that's why it was just Skinny Pete and Combo. But
yeah, big missed opportunity. That's what
can
I
you
was
imagine
like.
if Badger was in that? It was in that party too. That'd have been
He
quite.
wouldn't know what to do with his hands. Where do I put him? I don't know. It's like just hold the money, Badger. Anyway, yeah, that was a funny opening scene. I was not expecting the kind of the backstory to the RV, which it's fitting that we do get that, and I know we're going to talk about it more, but I really dug it. And who would have thought that what a steal $1,400 was for an RV. And yeah, they just blew it on freaking like 2 bottles of this really expensive alcohol and strippers. Hell
Pretty
yeah.
much.
And drugs, coke, drugs, and alcohol. Coke and drugs are the same thing. Drugs, alcohol, and women. That's what they spent it on. Great. Good call, Adam.
Yeah.
Keep it in.
Yep. Keep it in. Let's do our recap. Let's do our summary. We're already talking about this, so let's really talk about it.
Dive it in.
So, Season 3, Episode 1 was called No Moss.
No Moss. We want to know.
But this is Season 3, Episode 5 of Breaking Bad, which is called Moss.
Ooh,
all right.
Moss.
Here's our summary. Hey, how did Jesse get that RV in the first episode? Well, now we find out. He blew most of Walt's money at a strip club before Combo gave him the family RV for the last $1,400. Now, the RV might be the downfall of our dynamic duo as Hank continues to be relentless on his search for Heisenberg. After some wild twists and turns, the hunt takes him to Combo's mother, who lets Hank see Combo's room, where he makes the connection of Combo to one Jesse Pinkman. That was my Hank.
No!
I tried. Anyways, Jesse is now pissed that Walt has half of his hard-earned money. With the help of Saul, who Jesse refuses to actually listen to, Jesse tries to convince Walt to give him his money. Walt is busy going to Gus to try and figure out what is going on. He sees the games Gus is playing and doesn't want any part of it, but also wants a whole lot of part of it and is all playing right into Gus's game, as he seems
Yes,
deeply offended that he is willing to accept Jesse's batch, since it wasn't Colonel Sanders' original recipe. See, because he's the chicken man, so it's original. See, there's a whole thing there. All right.
I like the attempt.
I tried. All right. Walt thinks he's done. Then Gus takes him to a new lab he just built under an old laundry facility he owns. Although Walt is amazed at the technology, he ultimately says no. At first. Skylar is still doing her thing, and by that thing I mean Ted. However, it's never going to go with the Ted jokes. However, she is starting to question why, as we all have for so long. She consults her lawyer, who basically calls her an idiot. Then Marie calls, telling of how Hank has become distant and won't talk to her after staring death in the face. Kind of sounds like Walt.
Hmm.
She starts to soften towards Walt, even letting him hold the baby. Skylar is warming up to Walt, while Walt is warming up to Gus. He signs the divorce papers. He takes Gus's deal, $3 million for 3 months. He gives Jesse his money and tells him he's out. Walt is vindicated, and also he needs another windshield again.
Another one.
There we go. That's it.
Would it be awesome if that one sheriff deputy actually like pulled him over again? That would be an awesome throwback. Like that'd be pretty awesome. What was that guy's name? I don't
It's
know.
the same one keeps popping up.
Yeah, just the same one.
Officer
Callahan.
so.
No, yeah, I don't know.
I don't.
So
something like that.
I don't know. Good pepper spray guy though. He's your man for pepper spray. Yeah, this was a fun episode. Of course, big fan of Combo from last season. R.I.P. there, but it's really cool to see him pop back up here and get that that backstory to the RV. We did mention this already, but seeing Skinny Pete here, he can't hold his liquor apparently, at least not past 6 a.m. or whatever the time, whenever they close.
Yeah, but how much did they do? I mean, honestly.
And who did they not? Who did they? No. It's Stickman. No, that there was a lot of debauchery going on in there. Definitely a lot of like drugs, alcohol, and just like crazy photos. And there's a reason why Vince Gilligan sets things up, has several different plates going, so you never know exactly what's going on. There had to be a reason for this club sequence being so long, and it's because the ending photo. And that there was a couple of scenes where I was like, oh my goodness, here we go. A couple of times, obviously the ending is one of those big moments where the big reveal of like Christian's room, and see, I'm like, there's got to be something of Jesse in there. And then he sees that photo and it's like, damn. I was like, that's going to be interesting to see what's going on. Definitely they're tying the stuff in there. And then also the other one being when Skylar walks into the baby's room, where also Walt is secretly having his secret office in the closet with the duffel bag of money. I was like, oh, here we go. Like, oh, and I was like, holy cow. And then she has that like out of body like moment. She's like, what do I do with the lawyer? And that whole sequence is funny. But now she's basically part of the crime now because she knows about the money.
Right? Yeah, she's an accessory after the fact.
She's an accessory, after the fact. Yeah. So it's quite an interesting thing. And I love one of the best, coolest shots about the movie is when she walks in. I was like, oh, okay, well, I got to deal with Walt and this duffel bag of money. And she gets in there, everything's spick and span, and like he's never even been there. I was not expecting really the divorce papers to be signed, honestly, though. But at the same time, because now he's taking more money, maybe he did that after he signed the papers. So now it's try to get her even more off or so she can't get in trouble. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's something where he feels like he needs to, if he's going to do that for the family, he needs to distance himself from the family at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, if I'm going to live this life, I have to give Skylar what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm going to do this. So, all right, funniest part about this, I sat down last night to watch the episode. I watch it on Netflix. And you know how you get to the show on Netflix and it shows you just a little, preview clip of what's happening. So
the preview clip is from the scene.
Yeah, it's from the first episode, but it's that scene where he gives the money to Jesse, and so it shows that. And then I started the episode like, wait, no, what am I watching? Because it felt like it was just playing the preview again, and I had to stop it. I had to rewind. I had to restart the episode. Nope, I forgot. That's just how this episode starts, and then I remember it's like, oh, that's right, because we have the whole flashback now.
My wife's like, he's got hair again. he's got hair. That was pretty funny.
And they did a decent job, like going back and de-aging Jesse for for that scene, because he, the first part of it was just taken straight from the first episode, and then they had to show this whole strip club thing that happened.
Mm-hmm. The best part is, you how to make Jesse really young and dumb sounding. You gotta throw him a lot of yo's, a lot of a lot of slang dialogue. That's how you know that he's young and immature, by having him do
Beanie, the baggy pants, all that stuff. Yep.
the old car, Jesse's old car. Oh, that was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool to see the car. Yeah, yeah.
Chili P, yo.
What was that strip club's name? Like fours
It was
something
like
or other.
it was burlesque, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, cabaret, Forest Cabaret.
Cabaret.
That's what.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's would be interesting. Like power rankings, best like clubs names. That'd be interesting. I think Forest Cabaret. They're treating their A-list clients pretty special. There was a lot of females in that one room, which begs the questions: are these people on call? Did they call them in and say, "Hey, we got a high roller here"? It's like an uncut gem situation. We need to bring this guy in and bring him in here. It could be. There was a lot of people.
They had a party for sure.
They had a party, but yeah, pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, it's a fun way. Like, you don't get many like throwbacks or tossbacks to what's happened before, but that was a really cool one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, was that your best scene, or what is your best scene?
The best scene. There's a couple here. The new lab reveal. Mentioned Skylar and the lawyer, but I think the ending with Combo, is that when it is they get that, it sets up with like at Gomi's going away party or congratulation party, and you get that actually there's one more that the DMV missed. I was like, oh, and that's another one too. I was just like, oh my gosh, they're going to his house, and it's Combo's house, and it's like, yeah, my son died and shot. He's like, wait, was your son Christian who goes by Combo? And then it dawned on me, there's a snack food called Combos. And then I forgot about that. I was like, oh, those things are delicious. And then I was like, wait a second, there's got to be something with Jesse here. And that's like the big reveal. I'm like, again, this is another reason why I love that we're breaking these things down episode by episode, week by week. But these cliffhanger endings are become more and more infuriating, because I hate how good the show is, because it makes me want to watch another one.
Oh, just wait till next week. Wait till next week. But we'll get there. Yeah, that is a great scene. And especially with everything that's going on with Hank. Like, he needed that win. And he finally has some sort of lead. And it was great. It was a perfect moment, because Hank goes through a lot in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, well, I almost picked the scene where he's yelling at Marie from the shower.
Yeah, sad episode. Sad.
Yeah, and he's just trying to tune it all out and tune out all the noise, and yeah, that's a great one too. The one I wrote down is the scene in Saul's office with Walt and Jesse.
Mm-hmm. They're finally back all in the same room.
Mm-hmm. And Walt it comes in with that, just superiority complex, and is, I'm in, you're out, and you'll never cook another day in here unless it's that chili pea crap. And then you watch Saul just kind of play the game and negotiate his way down to 5% instead of 17. And what just happened here? Go with the winner, kid. No offense. But yeah, that's such a fascinating scene. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Saul just knows what he's doing. He's going with who he needs to go with.
Going with
the hot hand.
The hot hand. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that was my best scene. And then it ends with him throwing the piece of concrete through the windshield. And that poor car.
Stuff. It's been through a lot. Been through a lot of windshields.
Been through a lot. But this time it wasn't hellfire raining down on his house. So there is that.
1 second.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. I haven't seen it at all. Sorry.
Obviously intriguing.
The mysterious sippy cup.
Unfortunate day in Zach Salt's history.
Media history.
I'm Maureen Matt Damon.
Okay.
Birdman.
No, thank you. Not Birdman. All right.
All right.
Where
So
were we?
Ken wins. Douchebag award goes to.
The one I haven't decided quite who it is, so you take it off. You go first.
I've got Jesse. Just for that
Ooh.
first scene, taking the $7,000 and immediately taking his buddies to the strip club. Now, unless he knew exactly what he was doing, like unless he was like, I'm getting this RV from Combo and I'm gonna be able to get it from him no matter what. And so I'm gonna take him for a party. We're gonna enjoy this, and then I'm gonna be like, "Oh man, I spent all the money. I'm supposed to get an RV with this. Oh, what am I gonna do? Oh, I'll get you an RV. Oh, no way!" Like, I mean, Jesse has that type of like
Not at
forethought
this
and
time,
manipulation,
though.
but not at
that
this time. I don't think he was playing it quite like that. I think he just royally screwed it up.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, he's definitely a douchebag. If he knew what he was doing, I mean, he's MVP of the episode by far. But
That is by far. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah. So he's either the douchebag or the MVP, and maybe both
That's
at the same time.
Maybe both. A little bit of both. Yeah, that's a great call. Jesse was up there too, especially some of his. I don't think it's really douchebag. I think there's a lot of frustration with between the relationship between Walt and Jesse there. So I think younger Jesse for sure is the D-bag, not current day Jesse.
Yes, flashback Jesse is the
Flash. Yeah, the flash Jesse. I think that for the D-bag scenes here, man, it's tough because there's not a whole lot of, I don't think, great options here. There's a lot of people being really kind of nasty with each other at times because there's definitely a lot of hurt going on, especially with Skylar and Walt. Walt with Jesse, Jesse with Saul. There's a lot of hurt going on. But yeah, I think the only really answer is young Jesse there. With maybe a possibility of Walt is basically just like cutting him out because he's just so mad that the far lesser Jesse made even a product that was somewhat more or less the same product. That's what really pissed him off. So Walt coming into that Saul's office, more or less. Like, yeah, you could tell it's like he was going to be a dick to Jesse next time he saw him. Basically, like, yeah, you're out, I'm in, bye bye.
All right, I thought of another great douchebag too.
Okay.
Ted's contractor who convinced him that heated bathroom tiles, like he controlled bathroom tiles, was a good idea.
Oh, like I have that as a midlife crisis moment. Yeah.
That is a good midlife crisis moment too. But also, it's kind of the douchebag move. Like, oh yeah, this guy's a sucker. Hey, how about some heat controlled tiles in your bathroom? Here.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's just upselling.
It's true. He's just doing his job.
Yeah, he's just a good salesman.
Be pink man, stick man.
Okay, I have two wrote down. They're not like the greatest answers, but they're not clearly like the young kids in the strip club. But Kim No Sung, Saul's chiropractor.
Saul's chiropractor.
Because he'll adjust you to completion. Penny. Yeah, he'll adjust you to adjust you to completion. I love that one.
Oh, Saul's got so many moments like that where it's just
And the chiropractor's great.
Just doesn't know when to stop talking.
Yeah, I love it. That's why he's so good. He's such a good character. I have never seen Better Call Saul, obviously, but it's sad that I didn't get any Emmys ever for the 6 seasons it's on. Crazy. Anyway, just mention that. But my stick man is going with that old guy in the RV. So in my head, is they're on vacation. They just knocked some boots. They're playing some cards to go back for round 2 afterward. That's what that's my theory. Because they're in their pajamas. Just put some clothes on real quick. We'll go knock boots after we get like a little rest period in with some cards. That's
Good
what I'm
call.
gonna,
That
that's
is
what
a
I'm gonna
good
say.
call.
It might not be the most glamorous, but you're getting it in. Good job, man.
I like it. I like it. All right, mine is my stick man is Gomi.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a good one. His name's Steve.
Yeah, Steve
I
Gomez.
think that's a disappointing reveal of his first name. Like Steve. What are you, a croc hunter? Like
His name is Steve.
Steve?
There's a reason he goes by Gomi. Okay.
Yeah, it's a way better name.
Yeah,
And like
but
his wife has like a cooler name than he does. Like
that's
what
true.
does she say? Marie said what Blanco or what Blanca was
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah, and then it's like I spoke to Blanca about Steven. I was like, Steve, that'd be an LVP name. Gomi's parents. Like, what were you thinking? You have a plethora of like amazing Spanish names. You went with Steve?
Steve.
I don't know. He looks like a Steve now, actually.
Now that I think
Now that you
that's it.
mention-
Wait, isn't that the actor's actual name? Yeah, the actor's
Oh.
name is Stephen Michael Quezada, so that's his actual name is Steve.
Oh, okay. I'm checking my notes. That checks out. He's a Steve.
It
Yeah,
checks
he's right. Steve. It checks out.
No wonder he looks like a Steve.
It all plays together. I'm just an idiot.
taking the El Paso job. He's heading out there. He actually speaks
Props to
Spanish.
Gomi, though. Yeah. He speaks Spanish. Props to Gomi for getting that El Paso job. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Best new face. Hey, that's Danny Trejo award. I have your stickman, who are billed as Ma and Pa Kettle.
Ma, Pa. So they have had
Ma
kids.
and Pa Kettle. Played. I'm assuming this is them. Played by Michael McCormick and Kathy Rose Center. I don't know who else it would be, but yeah.
Michael
So,
McCormick.
Anyways, just because the reveal of the two of them is like one of the best moments of the episode. Just like and there's two old people in their underwear playing cards. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and then Mike McCormick. That's a guy that used to work with Todd and I at FedEx. I don't know why I don't know. Anyway, Todd remembers what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's a good reveal. That's a good minor character.
So who's your best new face?
Well, it's not best new face in a while. Combo. It's got to be.
Oh,
Combo.
there we go. We can go with
And
that.
Pete. Combo and Pete. We haven't seen those guys in a long time.
Hey, yo, I'm Skinny Pete. Yeah. It's always good to see them. Who's your Gomi minor character?
Miss Ortega. It's got to be Combo's mom. That whole thing is really heartbreaking too, because it's like you kind of before Hank that who it is, or you're assuming it's some kind of relative to Combo, but it is a pretty heartbreaking like scene when you're there, you already know what's going to happen or have a general idea, and then Hank's putting the pieces together. And it's like, your son's name is Christian, right? Goes by Combo. It's like, oh no, and then that whole like the lighting, the mood. Great production design. That room is decked out. Who knew that the guy was part of he left the Seahawks? Because there was clearly a 12-man flag sitting on the bed. There was like a little.
I didn't even notice.
There was a little 12 sitting on the bed. At least it looked like a 12. It was blue and everything. So go back and watch that.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, I'm like, who knows? Maybe I'm speaking out my rear, but it looked like a 12-man flag. He's definitely a Seahawks fan because they do better in Arizona because they kick the Cardinals' butts.
There's a reason you loved Combo.
I guess no. Okay, don't tell. No. Niners. Let's go. No. Almost did it. No. But yeah, that's my character, Miss Ortega. Yeah, and I get it. I probably like losing your kid. You would like to keep the room the same way. I think that was a good little shrine too, right there. On his bed.
Moved on yet.
Not
and you
quite.
Don't blame her either.
Yeah, it's been like a couple months at that point. Well, she did say it's been like at least 2 months.
I think she said 2 months, yeah.
So mid season 2 to now, it's been 2 months period. Okay, so there's our timeline, at least somewhat.
So in the last 2 months, Jesse had his complete spiral down. Jane died. Planes crashed.
Yep. He went to rehab.
Jesse did rehab. Got clean.
A baby was born.
and a baby was born. It's been a busy 2 months.
Yeah.
Been
Busy 2 months. Yeah.
All right. My Gomi Minor character is Janice. I think I'm looking at the right character.
Oh,
This is the
his
one.
helper. Yeah, good call.
Hank's research person who finds the RVs
Mhm.
and sacrifices being at the
The party.
to go do the research and finds one that where the registration lapsed. I mean, that's just clutch right there. So way to go, Janice.
Would have been cooler if she would have done it the first time, but we'll bear with her.
Be a
Good
lot
call.
cooler if you did.
Yeah, get it done the first.
I
Get it
love
done right
those
the first time.
redheads.
Yes.
All right. The cow house dumbest thing said is
You got to go back to that first scene. You got to go with douchebag Jesse here. That's what James Bond drinks, mofo's. Oh shit. Okay. I'm all about that. Dang, that Henry phone writing. It's a run-on sentence on my paper.
you even have the spectacles on, and you
do.
can't read your own writing.
Well, I
Dang.
crammed it up. Yeah. But that's not what he drinks. That's the best part of it. He
No,
doesn't
it's
drink.
not.
He's not drinking a martini. Like,
Yeah, that's a great call.
$400 a bottle.
That's
And then
a
I
great
also
call.
have Waffle House. Yeah. Waffle House.
Waffle
He's like,
House,
oh,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go blow our ass 1400 at Waffle House.
That'd be a lot of Waffle House.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Yeah.
All right.
Breaking out there.
My dumbest thing said is the scene where Hank's in the shower and Marie is talking to him. It's like, oh, did you catch the bad guys? No. It's like, all right. Well, no, I'm getting a shower and then I'm going back out there. It's like, go back out there. They're not. The RVs aren't going anywhere. He goes, Marie, they're recreational vehicles. That's what they do.
Hank man explained what an RV was.
The way he's, Marie, they're recreational vehicles. That's what they do. The way he delivered that line was just perfect.
And I guess we are kind of sleeping on Hank being kind of a douchebag to his wife in that sequence. We know that he's not trying to be that, but she could say you're being a dick to me. I could be. Who knows?
I kind of more like that she just walks away and he's shouting to the heavens from the shower.
That was such a power move. That's basically like, I'm not going to start an argument with you, but you're going to look like a moron.
Yeah.
I love that. That was great. A great Marie moment.
After, lining up her sugar packets next to her coffee cup perfectly. I mean, that's
eccentric at all.
Yeah. Not at all, and not surprising either. All right. Did you have any problems or anything outdated that you wanted to bring up?
No Badger. I think that's a big flaw at that thing. Obviously, we know.
But see, I mean, there's a reason, because when we first meet Badger, and he's doing his sign thing,
it's in juvie.
He had just gotten out. Yeah.
I just want to see Badger in that moment. Like,
I know.
So
I know.
The RV at the beginning of it hits a trash can, but a car alarm goes off. I think that's kind of odd. Hank's shower pressure sucks because hardly any water was getting on him, but you can hear it. And then also, why was Walt's bedroom door left open when he wasn't there? Like, it was clearly open. He wasn't there, and she went into his room or where he was staying and found all that money.
That was the nursery.
But all his stuff was in there. And he was behind a closed door at the beginning when he was in the closet because he was having that phone, and there was a bunch of shoes there. There was a mat there for him to lay on. I think that's where he was sleeping because they weren't sharing the same bed. The best couch could be, but a lot of this. Why wouldn't that duffel bag be like in the garage or in the trunk of his car instead of like in a place that you would be normally? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking more into that. It
makes sense that he'd be in the nursery. I mean, you've got the extra room and it's a baby. So only spending a certain amount of time in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be.
That's not.
But you could have like you can have a little like, I mean, not cribs. Not thinking of a crib, but a little like a little sleeper for the baby, like by next to the mom's room. Like have that little in there instead of having the crib or the crib go all the way up to the mom's room or whatever, Skylar's room. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just like when I looked how I interpreted that, that's where he was sleeping. But I could be wrong on that. I'd probably have to go back and look at that. But that's how I thought. I was like, why was that door open if that money was there? Like,
Yeah.
anybody would be curious. What happens if that was Walter Jr. rather?
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I've one updated thing here. In the flashback, and my wife is the one that posted it out, so shout out to her. Disposable cameras.
Oh, good call. Yeah, great call. Great call.
Okay, maybe Combo's the douchebag of the episode for pulling back
Bringing
his,
a camera at a strip club.
No, pulling open his pants and taking a snapshot down his pants.
Oh,
I mean,
okay, good call. I forgot about that. Yeah,
yeah, like what are you doing? Like
becoming the stickman of the episode.
Exactly. Trying to be, at least.
I also thought of something else too. The outdated. I can't find anything in this Buick. She's talking about her big oversized purse, and I asked my wife, "You have a big purse. What do you say?" She's like, "I said I can't find the effing thing. I can't find the effing thing in this bag." I was like, "Okay, well, you're no help. I have to bleep myself." So I can't find anything in a Buick because. Do you really hear anybody say anything? It's a Buick. You don't really hear. Maybe like I can't find anything in this Prius or this. What's that? What are those cars called? Tesla. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
But Buicks are known to be just like gigantic cars.
Oversized cars, but it's a phrase that if this show was made today, it was not. That would not have been referenced.
That's true. That's true. All right, midlife crisis moment.
Heated floors. I think that he knew that Ted Beneke had some money. He could be a douchebag, but I think it's upselling at its finest. Because once you get heated floors, you don't go back. And Skylar is going home now to unheated floors.
But that's when she knew she was done. Is when she couldn't handle them anymore. Like she had to put the towel down on the floor because the heated floors were bothering her.
Okay, that's a solid point. It's a solid point. But Ted Beneke's midlife, and he likes.
Oh yeah,
it's a total midlife thing.
Totally. That's a great call.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a couple things here. First, something I've already mentioned: the whole Saul. I go with the winner. You know, you play the hands you're dealt, and he's just kind of going with it, and it reminded me of playing fantasy football. And you end up cheering for teams you would never ever cheer for. Why? Because you got a player on that team that needs to go off, and you just got to go with the winner. And that's what it reminded me of. So there's that. And then I know it's not really a midlife crisis moment, but it's a moment we all can relate to, especially as men trying to convince ourselves we can multitask. And Walter Jr. is trying to convince his mom he can multitask with homework and video games. I was always the kid that would have like a half hour of homework that would take me 4 hours because I would go home, I would sit on the couch, I'd turn on the TV, and I'd sit there with the book in my lap, and a half hour of homework turned into 4 hours because I was too busy watching stuff on TV while I was, doing like one math problem every half hour. And I mean that's so convincing myself that multitasking is a thing. Yeah, honestly, a midlife crisis moment might be the fact that I've realized I can't, so I don't even try anymore.
I've tried to edit a podcast while having a show or a movie on. It don't work.
Oh yeah, I don't even try that anymore. I can't do anything else while I'm editing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, LVP of the episode.
LVP.
I've got two.
Oh, I got mine. Whoever designed that damn cake. That cake
that's horrible. One of mine.
That was horrible. That cake was bad. And what kind of cake was that? Was that like a vanilla, like a sheet cake, or what flavor we think we got?
I don't. I'm going vanilla. Vanilla with white frosting inside. But I mean, know your limits. Know what you can do. I mean, why would you even attempt to make somebody on a cake out of frosting if you know that is potentially how it's going to turn out? I mean,
I'm like,
yeah,
that drawing of him on the cake looks like a Steve. Gomi don't look like a Steve. Like that's what it looks like.
with the shotgun and the American flag. I mean,
With
that
with the Mexican flag right next. Yeah, no.
yeah, I have that down too. The other thing I have down as an LVP is Jesse's pronunciation of Dom Perignon.
Mm.
Because I'll take the expensive champagne, that Dom Perignon. Yeah, he's it's horrible, horrible.
That begs the question, though. If you had the money, what expensive alcohol would you drink?
Ooh.
I think I would try what is that? The Poppy Van Winkle or whatever it's called. Is that what is it? What it is? The Van
I don't know.
Winkle. I don't know. Let me look at this thing because I've heard it, but Van. Oh, if I can spell it right.
I feel like if money's not an option, get the most expensive thing. Like you always hear people talk about like that like vintage aged like single malt scotch. Like trying one of those.
Well, Pappy
Or
Van
try
Winkle. Yeah, Pappy Van Winkle. Yeah.
okay. Or like trying like one of
Oh
those
my
like
God. Rare Whiskey Shop website has it for $2,300. 2,000,
that's
almost 2,400. All right,
aren't there
guys.
aren't there like isn't there like a bottle of tequila that's like $500 too? Like something like
Probably.
that, or like $1,000 bottle of tequila. Anything like that, that would be
All
like
right.
just
That's
just
not too
something like
bad.
that where it's like, all right, let's see what does this actually taste like? Why is it
Okay.
I feel like I'd be like Vincent Vega tasting a $5 shake and be like,
We may have to do this. This is a 23-year-old bottle, Pappy Van Winkle's Family Reserve, 95.6 proof for $300. If you guys would like to donate to our recently opened Patreon page, feel free to donate. We will do a live tasting on in our Vegas trip of some Pappy Van Winkle. Oh God, that was a great rabbit hole.
I just
That
heard
was a
Adam
much.
Ryan. That's what I heard.
Oh, okay, hold on. Calm down.
All right.
That was the MVP moment of
That was the MVP moment. All right. Do you have another MVP?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I think whoever promoted Gomi. I think that's because Gomi is the perfect character to be completely overlooked for a job like that, right?
Which he originally was.
He was, yes. They went to Hank, and I get why they went to Hank or whatever, but I like that whoever promoted him went after him to get the job. I think that is a character we don't see. We don't know who that is, but that's the guy who's the MVP. Going after Stephen Gomi. I think that is the MVP of the episode.
I like that. I like that. I've got two things written down here. First is whoever is tasked with repairing windshields in the greater Albuquerque area. They're definitely an MVP after this episode. The other one,
first name basis with Walt. He's like, "Hi, Walt.
Right.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Welcome back."
Mm-hmm. He gets that blue. I think this was the first episode he didn't have blue tape on his windshield, and now it's going to be back on. The other one is I don't. It kind of is weak, but I just wanted to mention the exchange here. But my MVP is testing the parameters of sobriety.
That was a great line. I thought he's like, "What's your
like, what are the parameters of your sobriety here? Like, can you take a Xanax? I've got a lot."
that's where that stick man comes into play. The chiropractor.
Yeah. I get that from my chiropractor. But
adjust to completion. That's the stick man line. The adjust to completion award.
All right. Well, we're gonna look at what's next here in a second, but first, our Walter White body count and our Jesse Axe kicked count stay the same. Walter White body count remains at 2 drug dealers, 1 car, 1 custodian's career, 1 Tuco hideout, 1 lock, 1 uneaten burrito, 1 paper towel holder, 1 house full of rat, 1 back door to Jesse's house, 1 love of Jesse's life, a few burned $100 bills, a pepperoni pizza, and a career in education. While the Jesse ass kicked count remains at 7. So, What are we going to see in this next episode?
Okay. Well, it did take a turn. I thought Jesse was going to be helping Walt here. I think eventually they have. Man, I don't. See, it's getting to a spot right now. I never actually thought they were ever going to be not working together. So it's going to be some kind of maybe a rivalry brewing there. But the same time is now you have Walt working with Gus, and we still have the cousins around who made a threat on Walt's life as well. When did they get brought back in the season? There's got to be something that happens with those guys coming, and then the negotiation sequence is great in this episode. 5% deal. Anyway, I don't know. There's got to be something with that going on. So I think it's been a few episodes since we've seen the cousins. I think the cousins are going to be a little on edge and kind of wanting their revenge on it, but it has to get Gus's blessing. I don't think Gus is going to give him up now because now he's in house. So it's going to be interesting to see how that whole dynamic plays. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
This next episode is a wild one. I'm just gonna say that it is a wild one. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It has a lot of surprises, and because of that, because there's a lot of surprises coming up in the next episode, our next episode, I'm going to have a surprise for you.
Oh my God.
So stay tuned.
Say hello to his little friend. All right. Well, we're going to look forward to next week's surprising episodes and a surprising in-studio something or other as well. So really looking forward to whatever the hell Terry has in store for us all. But we will find out next week. Again, thank you, Terry, for showing me this show. Because this is my first time watch, mind you.
Yay!
And, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube and listen to us on our podcast for more full movie in-depth conversations and the sideshow, of course. You got to listen to the sideshow.
Absolutely.
So, any last words, Terry? Breakdown of Breaking Bad.
Stay tuned for next episode. Surprise coming. Sit and spin.